Thank you. I think I try to get by the statistics of violence and other malfeasance committed by, caregivers or house help and all that. But I didn't come out. But I think the number is huge. A lot of lives have been lost. A lot of abuses, sexual offenses, rape, kidnapping, and the rest of them. And when you look at it, most of the time, this occur within a few days or weeks of the engagement. And if you look at the statistics critically, usually these crimes occur for those who have not stayed that long. Might be 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, or even 1 week. And so we have the situation whereby, and when you go into some of these cases, what you discover is that they don't even know this house help they engage very well. Unfortunately, some of them are even foreigners. So you are never going to be able to track them or trace them. And so what you feel, people, those who cannot even pass basic background check test or drug test are engaged. And so what you discover is, and when the people engage, they are usually in a hurry because of the pressure of work. They just get somebody, oh, do you have a relation? Might be your driver, might be somebody that you know. And they bring this individual who is not even familiar with you. You cannot ever go into trace. And so usually the failure to conduct proper background check has been responsible, and drug check. And even whom does this domestic servants relate with? People never get to observe. And so you continue to have cases like stated earlier, children are being stolen, children are being maltreated. But if you look at it critically, we look at these things as a minor thing. And I think if it is harnessed, it's a big industry. But it is important that in dealing with the issues of domestic help or house help, it is important that you do not take chances. The decisions you make could be your lifesaver. But people make these critical decisions without any intentionality. They just think it's a minor thing, and it has cost lives. So from the police perspective, and the police is always willing to render help in terms of biometrics. If you engage somebody and you tell your local police station, they have the capacity to take fingerprints and photograph that can be stored just in case. And in most homes, how many homes can afford CCTV? And so many things go unnoticed. These guys are not even monitored because the mother goes to work, the father goes to work. When you come, you don't know what has taken place in the house. And engage in conversations within the family that ordinarily should not be exposed. And the domestic servant gets to hear that Oga is expecting some money to come. And these things are carelessly discussed. And even the domestic servant may not even have the intention to steal, but because he's not properly educated, those he interacts with, he say, Oga, I heard Oga, he said, in 5 days' time, some money is going to come. And what do? That area might be the people using cannabis and the criminals among them. And they begin to recruit. We have job at this address. And what do? They just come. Or you're in the car, you're making a phone call. Why? How is that? When is it going to happen? And the guy is there on the steering. He's driving. You don't know what's going on. So there is a need for people to be cautious in the discussions they make, in their movement, in keeping their movement. If you want to travel to the United States and you are discussing it carelessly, the guy knows that you have some foreign currency that you take with you. And it's possible to organize. Because if you go to the underworld of crime And you look at it on the surface, you don't think anything happens, but below the surface, because the guy who is recruiting, and once they have a job to do, they could take somebody from very far state and all that, and before you step out of your house, they are there. So I think there is a need for proper education of a lot of discretion on the part of people in the kind of conversations
they have around
domestic servants.
Thank you so